is Howard. I'm 9 years old. Today I will share you about a new country is born. The first one is explain. Explain is to make something easy to understand. Maybe when your teacher is teaching you on the board, but you don't understand how to do that thing or something like that. So you don't know how to do it, so you ask your teacher, and then your teacher will explain to you. She will make you understand that kind of word. So explain is to make something easy to understand. She will explain to you, so you will understand how it goes, how it made it. The next one is unite. Unite is to join together as one group. Maybe in a team, maybe you are the only one, so you will gather everyone. So a lot of people, maybe at the one time, a lot of people will join in to make a group. So that was a union. Maybe you play pass the bomb. So when you play pass the bomb, so there will be a lot of people join in. So they make a group. So that was a unit. I think so. The next one is last. Last is to endure or go on for a period of time. So maybe when you are studying and you're bored, you ask your friend, how long will this class last? So you ask for the period of time, how long will it last? Or maybe you see a boring film, so you will ask, how long will this film last? So last year it was like last week, last month, or last Christmas or something. So but last year like how long will it last? It go in the future. How long will it last? How long will this film last? So last is to endure or go on a period of time. The next one is courage. Courage is being brave to do something dangerous or painful. Maybe you go on a fight, maybe in a war. So you need courage to go in a war, because going in a war was very dangerous and painful. You will get hurt, so it will be very painful, because you could get died by a gun or sword or sort of airplane or something. So you need courage. So you need to be brave to do that. Or maybe you are doing a contest, so you jump through a whole of lava. It was like a medium size, but you're too scared. So you need courage. You need to be brave to jump over it. The next one is gain. Gain is to get or win something. Maybe when you're at a competition, you're making a contest, a swimming contest, then you win. So you gain the trophy. You gain the trophy. You gain the gold medal. So trophy and medal are the prize that when you like first, third, or second in a contest. But although it was also in a contest, there was a prize, but medal and trophy are not alike. Medal is like this. It has a string around it first. So a medal is like this, but a trophy is kind of like a cup. It was like this. So this is a trophy and this is a medal. So medal and trophy are not alike. Although they are prized when you finish, you win a contest or something. but when you gain, maybe you get a trophy or you get a medal. So if someone went on the neck, so that was a medal, because we don't wear trophy and medal. It was too heavy and it was kind of serious. So getting to get or win something. The last one is warn. Warn is to tell someone to be careful about danger or harm. So maybe you and your friend are passing a stream. So you warn your friend. You tell them it was very dangerous. You might fall to the stream. So you warn them, so they will get far from the stream, so they don't fall into the stream. So warn is to tell someone to get away from danger, or maybe be careful. Maybe about crossing light. So when in traffic, there's a sign, a signal sign. So when you see the sign, so you will know. Maybe it's about a person that was walking through like kind of like sidewalk. So that was the white part. So when you're going to the other side, but there's a road between this side or that side. So you see that side, and then you will walk in that white part. Because when it was red light, all the other cars and motorbikes will stand behind that white line, so you could go safely in that white line. But you still need to wait for red light so you could go. And red light and green light, traffic lights are also warned too. Green light, so they will let us where to go. Red light, we stop. Yellow light, just a 5 seconds for us to go. Maybe we are going, but there's red, but it's out of the green time. So, but you have passed a white line, so you need to. So there's 5 minutes left, so you should be in a rush. But when you are in that white line or you have passed a white line, so you will go because there's still 5 seconds in yellow light. Others will still wait. So that was all the vocabulary. Let's go to the chart here. So this chart is about the birth of the United States of America. So this is about the birth of the United States of America. Did America even have pregnant and the kind of like they have even born United States? Let's discover. So first, the 13 colonies. The 13 colony is the old name of the United States. So the United States wasn't born from America. America was a country and it was a non-living thing. It wasn't like America have a pregnant and then it born out the 13 colonies. But the 13 colonies were the United States old name long ago. Because long ago they don't have a name. So kind of like they made a name, or maybe it's some old people or something. So the 13 colony was the United States old name long ago. The 13 colonies were not happy with the unfair law made by England's king. So the 13 colonies are not happy with the unfair law. So later in the previous correlation that I have shared, we have justice and injustice. So justice was fair and injustice was unfair. So unfair here was not equally. They treated people not equally. Maybe the England king treated the England more than in the 13 colonies. So that was unfair. It was not equally. So the 13 colony, the United States, was not happy about that. Then the King of England sent soldiers to America. So then they have America, but they still don't have United States. So the United States was the capital. The soldiers to America. This is what was called the American Revolution. So the England king was like, maybe then the 13 colonies were like kind of like not happy, angry, and they said to the king, and the king was angry about that, and then maybe he sent the soldiers to America. They go by ship because long ago they don't have plane. So this is what called the American Revolution. So the England sent a lot of soldiers from England to America to fight. So American leaders signed the Declaration of Independence in July 4, 1776. So the American leaders, maybe like the top leaders of like Donald Trump, what's that? What, I'm forgetting it. The top leaders like Abraham Lincoln, Donald Trump, or the Washington D.C. It's someone. I don't know. I forgot. Maybe that, and the American leaders, like maybe the king, or maybe the one that lived in the White House. I don't remember. Signed the Declaration of Independence. So maybe because of the fight, the American win. And then the leader of America signed the independence. So independence, that means you're free. You're free from a war. It's for the end this end of maybe like a civil war or maybe a war or like the American Revolution. Last, the colonies won the war. So the 13 colonies were not happy, but then the king of the England sent soldiers to America, and then they're more unhappy. So unhappy is not happy, and then they are angry, and then they fight. So they win, and then they became a free country. I think that the England have a sign that made it right that if your country won the war, our country will let your country free. So then the leader of the Americans signed for that. I think so. Signed in July 4, 1776. So that was the day that the leader signed in. It was like Independence or something. I don't know. Called the United States of America. Then the 13 colonies was then called the United States of America. So kind of like the first 13 colony was like poor and not like kind of like that. And then the England kind of like ruled that, and then they treated unfair. Then the King of England sent the soldier from his country to the America and fight. And no, they are not fight. So then the king come and then meet the American leaders, and maybe that he gave him a paper, right? If your country won this war, I will let your country free. If not, you're still under my rule. And then the leader of them signed them. So when they signed, so that was when the independence, like the war began. Then all the people fight each others, and then the colonies won. The United States won, and the king had promised. He kind of like promised, and he was still remember the promise, and he made the promise came true. So then the American was free, and then they changed their name from the 13 colonies to the United States. So the United States was the capital of America. I think America was the capital of the United States long ago. So that was the end of today. A new country is born. So it wasn't like the America have pregnant and then they just like poop out the 13 colonies. But it was kind of like a long trail. So thank you for listening. Goodbye. See you again. Bye bye.